Hi everyone, it's Lindsay from the Authentic Leadership Group, and you may remember that last week I talked to you about your lists, and I said there'll be a follow-up to talk about prioritization. Well, this is your follow-up. Okay, hopefully you've written your list and it should look something like this. Now if you've written your list on the computer, I'm going to ask you to write it out onto a piece of paper. We're going old school, retro, analog, however you want to term it. This is what we're going to do. When I say why are we going to do this, well, you'll get greater dopamine hit from crossing off something on an analog, like paper source, than you will by ticking a checkbox on your computer. And we're going to help you here to make you feel good when you've done things, but also to help you prioritise your time. Right, so once you've got your list, what we're going to do is add in how long everything's going to take you. And you're going to say, oh, for instance, the first thing that's on my list is getting an insurance quote. And I might say, that'll take me 20 minutes. Right? Anything that's under an hour, you times by 3. So if I say it's going to take me 20 minutes, it's not. It's going to take me 60 minutes. Why will it take me 60 minutes? I'll always undershoot with how long it's going to take me. So by timesing it by 3, even if I do it quicker, that doesn't matter. I've got a little bit of time to either to move on to the next thing or to go and grab myself a cup of tea. And keeping yourself hydrated, looking after yourself in terms of breaks, it's really important, right? So what we're going to do, so first thing I'm going to write 20 minutes on, and then I'm going to change that to an hour. Okay, so we've done that for the whole of the list. So you can see there, I've added in the times for anything that's under an hour. I've timesed it by 3, and for anything that's an hour or over, I've timesed it by 2. Again, another reason for doing this, you always get interrupted. So by allowing yourself a little bit of extra time, you're going to be able to do this work and make sure you can stick to your priorities. Now, I've added up that time. Here, 29 hours. 29 hours worth of work there. And bearing in mind that looks like a little list, but there's chunky items on there. So 29 hours worth of work. I'm not going to get that all done today. So what I'm going to do, like I say, we're going old school, coloured pens, and we're going to draw a circle around the box that I've put by the time. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick one thing that needs to be done today. And that one thing we'll highlight in a colour of your choice, but I'm going to go with bright pink, right? Something that I need to do today is record this video on prioritization, right? So here we are, there it is. So that's the one thing I've got to get done today. Then what I can go through on the list is look at another couple of things that I can get done today and see how much time that's allowed. So I've allowed 2 hours to get this video done. 2 hours? It's only going to be a 5-minute video at the most, right? But there's editing, there's kind of getting it into a format that's appropriate to share, there's putting the post together and then scheduling it for posting. It probably won't take me 2 hours, right? But I'm allowing 2 hours to make sure that if I have to do 500 retakes, which is what I normally have to do, then there's enough time to do that, as well as getting it edited, getting all the subtitles added on, making sure that it hasn't applied some filter, so you get me as I am, right? But all those kind of things, obviously I'm joking about that. I need all the filters I can get. But seriously, by timesing it by 2, it makes sure I've got that time to do the work. Okay, so you're going to go through that with the whole of your list. Things that you can do today, 1 thing that has to be done today, 2 things that would be great to do today, everything else can go for another day. And you do that every day, right? If you say, oh, Lindsay, I've got more than 1 thing that needs to be done today. Okay, right, put it in another colour, but make sure with that other colour, you know, right, the pink one, for instance, in my case, is the one thing that has to be done today. I'm going to do that first. Even though it's chunky and I've got loads of little things I could tick off my list, I'm going to do that big thing first. Why? Well, because if I do loads of little things first, I'll eat into the time that I've got left in the working day to do this big thing. So again, it's about making sure your priorities there, big things first, little things last, okay? So we'll go through that, and then when you've done it, yay, tick it off, right? I can't tick this off yet, but when I do tick it off, I tell you what, it will give me the greatest pleasure. And once you've got your whole list ticked off, even though you'll have added more things to it, you'll have a great feeling of satisfaction, and you can look back over the week and say, actually, these are all the things that I've done. And that's a great feeling, right? Because sometimes you look back in the week and think, what did I actually do this week? By doing that, you'll make sure that you did it. And if you've got a million things to do, million things on the list, but do that exercise, and I promise you it will help with your prioritisation. Thank you for watching. I'm Lindsay Booth from the Authentic Leadership Group, and if you'd like to know more about what we do, click on our website, have a little look around, or even better, contact me. Thank you. Bye.